did not expect this. When I posted my Yandere game video, I didn't expect anyone would care or even notice it. I didn't even have a large following, so it was a complete surprise when that video blew up overnight. I can't express how thankful I am for everyone's collaboration. We reached the $600 goal in just a week, and it's all thanks to you. Because you shared and donated not only for the game, but for me and my boyfriend's financial situation. I can now officially say that my Yandere game is becoming a reality! Wow! However, before we can celebrate, there's a lot that we need to talk about, so stick around please. I will talk about 4 things in this video: the game's pre-production state, the goal we achieved and what does that mean, my current situation with my boyfriend, and what will happen to the channel's future. Let's talk about the game first. Timestamps are in the description. In my first video, didn't have any official artwork of the characters besides the main protagonist's face. However, today, I want to present to you our Yandere protagonist, Fumeko Nomura. And yes, it's Fumeko, not Fumiko. We have the anime style, which will appear in dialogue and some cutscenes. And then we have the chibi style, which is the style which she will have for most of the game. The protagonist is mostly the same in appearance, but I did add a little horns to her hair to make her look more dangerous. Also, this is the official school uniform from the high school they will be attending. Some other characters will wear the school uniform a little bit differently, but we already have somewhat of a base. For now, both the rival girl and the love interest are being worked on. I would prefer to reveal them in a future video. However, I will tell you this. The rival's name is Meikawa, and I hope you are as excited to see her as I am excited to show her. The story is having a few changes, but the characters will stay mostly the same as my first video. I don't think it's a good idea to give the full story just yet, but I will tell you that we're working on some very interesting stuff. For now though, I'm in charge of writing every single piece of lore for the characters, both for the past and the present in the game's timeline. This means we will have at least 3 fully written documents describing everything the character is, their functionality, appearance, personality, and character arc. These documents are somewhat more private, so I won't show them for now. Gameplay-wise, my boyfriend will take over the coding. He's currently studying the Godot engine to learn all the basics we need for the first prototype. And between us, he told me he wouldn't give me kisses if he had the prototype before this video came out. So I think it's safe to say he will have a prototype very soon. The main gameplay we are working on for now is the movement options. We're planning on making this game for PC and Xbox controller, so we will be planning out the main interaction keys as well. Talking about code, my boyfriend proposed we should make it simple and understandable, so that modding the game can become easier for the players. We still aren't sure if we're gonna have a full mod support, but I felt like that was something I should mention. The game visual style will be a 2.5D game, meaning that it will have 2D elements in a 3D environment. This will give the game a more Cult of the Lamb feeling, which is honestly just very cool. In my first video, I mentioned that the animations are going to be made in Live 2D. However, due to Godot using vectors, I'll have to try other programs that use vectors for animation. This way, the game can scale to different sizes more easily and still look good. This is something I'll have to study personally, but I think it's worth it for the final product. You may be thinking this sounds nice, but you have no way of seeing how the game may actually look. Well, don't worry, I made a few concept art pieces for how the game UI may look in the future. There is still more to discuss about certain game mechanics, how they fit into the story, and if they're necessary. For example, at this point in time, I'm not sure if sanity is something we should consider important for gameplay purposes. However, I do see it becoming important in the future for story purposes. It's too early to say, but what I can say is that the game will have the following features as a given. First, a dialogue system, where you can talk to NPCs and listen to other people have conversations, mainly the rival girl and the love interest. Secondly, an NPC system, with reactions to blood, murder, and routines. Thirdly, a killing system, where you would have to hide corpses and take them somewhere no one can find them. Fourthly, a bunch of fun minigames for different purposes. For example, a minigame for opening a locked door using a hair clip, something like the fishing minigame in Stardew Valley. Fifthly, a bunch of achievements and hidden endings or secrets. And finally, support for cutscenes and language translation. those are a given, but we still need to consider other stuff for the game, and see what we should leave out so we can finish this game. Our next objective is to make multiple documents with different aspects of the game, then combine all of those documents, read all the information written there, and decide what stays, what doesn't, and what are the following steps in the game's development. I'm sorry there was so little to say in my first video about the game itself, but we didn't have much at that point. I hope this first segment of the video gives you an idea of what we have in mind. But now, it's time to talk about the other stuff. In my first video, I talked about how me and my boyfriend had problems paying rent because of a very bad person that used to live with us. Here's what has happened ever since. 1. My boyfriend tried to sell his computer and we got robbed. 2. Me and my boyfriend went out to eat because we didn't have any food at home. 3. We went back to our place, and the bad person from the first video attempted to rob us, violently trying to enter our house. 4. We pushed him out and grabbed knives in case anything else happened. We almost got robbed. 5. We talked with my parents and they used a credit card to pay plane tickets to my home country. 6. We flew to my home country. 7. We met my family. And 8. We're here. Kinda just surviving, I guess. In short, both me and my boyfriend have a roof over our heads for now, so we are at least physically safe. You may be thinking, what was the money goal for then? Well, my dad needs to pay his credit card, so the money is going mainly to help my family pay back for the plane tickets, as well as paying for our own food, medical expenses, and any other things that may come up. However, even if we have a roof over our heads, this won't last forever, since living in a family with kids, while me and my boyfriend live as a couple, is very uncomfortable. There's other stuff that I don't feel comfortable talking about right now, but the important thing here is that I've decided that I'm going to open monthly subscriptions to my Coffee account. The goal of this monthly subscription is to have money for rent, food, and everything we would need to become full-time game developers, as well as fully independent people. The goal for each month is $1,000. However, if that goal is not met, don't worry, the game will be developed. However, it does mean that we will have to search for other ways to make money monthly besides the game, which means the game's progression will be slower. The money that we get from donations who don't achieve $1,000 each month will go into savings and emergencies. There will be goals to achieve through these donations. For example, if we reach $1,500 monthly incomes, we will give special secret videos for the monthly members. Again, this is only if the monthly income reaches $1,500, and the goal is $1,000, so we can focus exclusively on the game. Yet, depending on donations alone is not a very good idea, so we decided to try and monetize this channel. That's right, you can help development by just watching the video until the end so we can have ad revenue. That way, we won't have to depend only on donations, and you guys get more content. But this doesn't mean we want to develop the game forever. In fact, we want to make it faster with a higher quality. To make it short, finishing this game quickly and with good quality will give us a reputation of being good game developers. We will have a fan base that will look forward to the next game, and maybe we can apply the game for consoles like Xbox. After the game is done, this channel will become a tips for game development channel, where I can teach our experiences making our first big game. And I just think that's very fun. So yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say about the game and our situation. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you in the next update. Goodbye!